we go.
How many, as a raise of hands, how many of you here know what depression is? Good, great, everybody knows what depression is. Awesome. According to the CDC, 16% of US population suffers from depression. I personally have a little story about depression. Growing up, my mother, my grandmother, and my aunt, all three had depression. But I didn't know until I was much later in life that, number one, it wasn't normal, and number two, it was something that plagued our family. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the statistics on who and how many people here in the United States have depression, what we can do about it, and that the solution is to volunteer and or give money to nonprofit organizations who deal with mental health. So my first point is the CDC, again, in 2017, has a study, and this is actually the graph from their page. One in 20 Americans will report an incident of depression over the age of 12 between the years 2005 and 2006. 1 in 20 people over the age of 12. That's a lot of people. The Cerritos Health website also has a link to a depression page where there's tons of facts. I just pulled off a few little ones that I thought you might like to know. And this is current. Both of these are current. Depression affects 10 million Americans every year. 1/4 of women and 1/8 of men will have an episode within their lives. Now that I've talked to you about the numbers, I'd like to talk to you about what we can do about it. NAMI.org states lending your support, either financially or with your time, will not only show your community that it's important, but will show your legislatures and the people who make the rules, therefore funding the programs in your community. We also have a chapter here on campus called Active Minds. They deal in mental health, but I specifically talked to a person on Friday that was here on campus, and she told me that the people here on campus, as long as we're talking and getting together, makes a huge difference, because there's a huge stigma tied to mental health. People think it's a bad thing, and as long as we're talking about it and people are getting help, it's a good thing. So now that I've talked to you about a couple other things that we can do, I like to talk about what those results are. Giving money and or your time helps immensely. We have NAMI.org, which is a huge website who gives referrals out to a bunch of little community organizations around you. They depend 100% on donations to get the word out, to get organizations, to get people out on campuses, and through other means. And then, according to a 1970 study on social work, because of the downgraded, or not the downgraded, the unavailability of our workforce, volunteers are needed more now than ever. They make up more than half of the people who actually help. And according to, it's okay, Depression is supposed to be the #1 disability by 2020. So now that I've talked to you about depression, the statistics, who's got it, the numbers, what we can do about it, and how those things are actually helping and still helping, I'd like to encourage you to reach out to the Active Minds here on campus. They meet in SS 144, the first and third Tuesday of every month. They also have an email address in which you can contact them for more information. I'd also encourage you that if you don't want to do any of that, feel free to come up and talk to me. I am more than willing to talk to you about it and or push you in the right direction. So I hope that helps either you or someone you know. Thank you.